to Young Living essential oils. All right, so let me first give a disclaimer. I am not a doctor. I am not a healthcare practitioner. I cannot give you medical advice. I am not an animal doctor either. So I cannot give you specific advice for your animal. And the reason why we can't do that is because we are not, we don't have a certification. But also, let me tell you that aromatherapists are also not qualified to be able to give you advice on using essential oils for your body in any kind of medical way. And I'm going to tell you why. They are only specialized in aroma therapy, the aroma of oils and how they affect your body by their aroma. Now, doctors also, if they're not specialized or have any kind of certifications in essential oils, they cannot give you medical advice for essential oils as well, because that is not their area of specialty. And because essential oils cannot be patented like drugs, like over-the-counter drugs or pharmaceutical drugs, doctors cannot prescribe essential oils unless they have some kind of certification or they have, taken the liberty to do so. Okay, so we cannot prescribe. So please do not ask us for any kind of medical advice. But we wanted to bring this information to you so you can experiment, try things out based on what you're comfortable with in your own home. And we want to empower you to be able to make the decisions for yourself. We use things like the desk reference book, the animal desk reference book, which is an amazing book that teaches you how you can use oils for your animals and how you can help their well-being. Okay, I have created a PowerPoint presentation for you to guide you through this class, and I'm going to share it right now. Okay, here we go. Oils for animals. And the biggest question is that I get a lot is, can we use oils for our animals? Specifically, can we use oils on cats? There seems to be a lot of misinformation out there. And like I said, it goes back to the aromatherapists, how they just use oils for aromatherapy. And then you have the massage therapists who are specialized in massage therapy. They are not they are not skilled or knowledgeable how you can use oils in different areas that is outside of their area of expertise. So let's go over some general do's and don'ts. Okay, so first of all, do dilute heavily, and we're talking about animals here. Do dilute heavily with carrier oils, and carrier oils are like coconut oil, olive oil, jojoba oil, all your different oils, grapeseed oil. Okay, so when you are using oils on animals, you kind of want to treat them like they're small children. Heavily dilute. Start small and use in moderation. Do observe how the animal responds and then guide yourself from there. I'm going to tell you a story that happened with me and how you need to observe your animals as you apply the oils to them. Care for each animal differently. Okay, you need to know that a small cat is not going to be treated like a big horse. You need to know how to care for them differently. Okay, so the things don't do. Do not use oils near animals' eyes, their mouth, their nose, and sensitive areas, just like you wouldn't use that around your own areas that are more sensitive, and a baby who is sensitive in those areas. Don't use hot oils. Hot oils include things like clove, peppermint, wintergreen, thieves. You also want to make sure you don't use oils that are high phenol oils, such as oregano, clove, wintergreen, as well as thyme. All right. So we're going to go into the specific animals, and we're going to go over 6 different animals: the horse, birds, amphibians, reptiles, fish, dogs, and cats. Those are the most common animals. And if you have an animal that is outside of one of those animals, then you can message me and I could tell you, kind of guide you, or you can message any of the people that are on this call or have shared this class with you. So So we're going to start with cats, and that seems to be the biggest one. You can use essential oils around cats. You just want to make sure that you use proper guidelines. So you're first going to want to start with 1 drop of oil to every 4 drops of carrier oil, okay? You don't have to get super specific on this. Just make sure that you have a lot of carrier oil to just 1 drop. Avoid citrus oils, and this is where my story comes in. The other day, Ranger, probably 3 weeks ago, Ranger had Lucas dropped some gum in his fur, and he had gum stuck to the backside of his body. And so I thought, oh, I've gotten gum or sap out of my kid's hair before using lemon oil. And I didn't even think to reference back. And you always really want to reference back when you're using a new oil on your animal to make sure that it's safe for that animal. So I took a drop of lemon oil and I rubbed it on the back of his fur to get that gum out. And it came out, but he did not like it. He did not have a good reaction to it. I made sure that I made him drink lots of water. He started salivating. He was fine, but like I said, go back and make sure you're observing your pet. And thankfully he didn't lick it, but he didn't, the smell, the aroma did not sit well with him, and he did not like that. All right, so you can apply to their paws when you use carrier oil, and make sure that you acclimate them to your essential oils by wearing oils on your body or diffusing them near your animal to get them used to it. Just like you would get yourself used to essential oils when you first get started, and you would acclimate your child to essential oils. You're not gonna just dive right in, full head in, and just start using all the oils around your animals. You wanna get them used to it. It's called acclimation. All right, let's go into dogs. Start with 1 to 5 drops with carrier oil, depending on the size of the dog. If it's a small dog, use 1. Treat them like a cat. If it's a bigger dog, you can use a couple of more. Dilute at least 75%. Okay, so that's the 1 to 4 ratio, basically. Avoid using with puppies, just like you would avoid or go really, really slow with using with young children. Wear or diffuse to acclimate him as well. Do not administer them internally unless you feel comfortable and you've been around the oils and you're very knowledgeable about the oils and how they respond. But do not administer them internally unless you've done your research, and apply to the paws. Birds, and I use the chicken because most of the people that are going to be watching this probably have chickens as opposed to a house bird like a parakeet or a cockatiel. Use extreme caution with birds. Don't diffuse around a bird. So you don't want to have your diffuser right beside your parakeet's bird cage. I would say if you diffuse in your bedroom and the bird is in the living room, you would be okay, but you don't want to diffuse near the animal because their lungs are very small and you don't want to upset their respiratory system. Dilute oils well, and make sure you use a toothpick to administer oil. So you're just getting a very fine, very small amount. Oh, and then fish. I don't know who would want to use oils around their fish or on their fish, but here's some information if you have some fish friends. Diffuse on you diffuse around a closed filtered tank. So you can only diffuse only around a closed filtered tank. I got a little typo there. Don't put any oils inside the tank water. You do not want to do that. Just like you would not want to just drop it in your bathtub without Epsom salt, you don't want to do that to the fish. I don't even know why I mentioned the Epsom salt. That has nothing to do with it. All right, reptiles and amphibians. And oh my goodness, isn't this little frog just adorable? I want one of him. Okay, don't diffuse near reptiles and amphibians. So if your son has a pet snake in his room, you might not want to put the diffuser in his room. Unless you do more research, there might be some information that's different out there that you feel comfortable with. This information that I'm giving you came directly from Young Living. Avoid tree and citrus oils. Dilute oils with coconut oil. Keep application to small areas and use a toothpick again to measure the oils. So if you're going to put it in water or put it in a carrier oil, just dip it in there and then swirl it around in the carrier oil. Horses, and some of you know that we just got a brand new beautiful horse. So you're gonna first start small and use in moderation. Something that you can do that's very easy to create for your horse is to put a couple of drops in a spray bottle with water and just spray it. This is really good to, you know, if he has flies around him, and you want a nice shiny coat, those that is really good to do. Put a spray bottle with a little bit of with some water in it. Okay, start with human usage amount found on the label directions and dilute heavily. So on your essential oil bottle, you always want to follow the directions that are on the label. Young Living makes it super crystal clear how you should use the oils. So it says for a horse, you start with the human usage amount found on the label and dilute heavily. Okay, here is a little video for your viewing pleasure of little Ranger. We think he had gotten into some poison, some rat poison that was out in the barn. And he just had an upset stomach. He was not feeling well and he was just really lethargic all day long. And so what I did, you can see me right here, I'm taking a little bit of carrier oil, which is the Young Living V6 oil. I'm putting it in my hand, and then I'm putting 1 drop of Digest in his hand just to kind of help the digestive process and to clean him out a little bit quicker. So you can see right here what I'm doing.
So I'm just putting a little V6 in my hand, and then I'm gonna put 1 drop of Digest and rub it on his little belly. Young Living does have oils that are specific for pets, but I don't have them yet.
And then I'm giving him a little bit of Ninja Red.
Yeah. Little Tabitha has some spots in her ears that are raw, and the bugs have been kind of nipping at it. So I wanted to show y'all how we are gonna put some lavender on it. It's the same lavender that we used yesterday for Ranger for his pain in his foot. And now I'm gonna take some frankincense because it's really good for healing the skin. And I'm gonna apply just 2 drops to each ear. And then we'll do that again tomorrow.
All right, so you can see that clearly I've used oils on my animals and they were safe, and I used good knowledge to be able to guide me through that. Okay. All right. So Young Living has an animal sense line, an animal line that makes it super easy for you to be able to just apply these oils without having to do the extra research, or just if you don't feel comfortable using the oils out of your starter kit. And I'll talk about the starter kit in just a minute. So we're going to go over these specific oils. TOA. The TOA oil helps with nervousness. It helps with emotions, anxiety. If the animal is feeling anxious, this would be great during thunderstorms. I've seen a lot of animals, a lot of pet owners use this oil if their pet is nervous or anxious during thunderstorms. This is a great oil to use for them. Also, Mendwell. Mendwell helps to soothe and moisturize sensitive skin. So if your animal deals with things like eczema or just dryness of the skin, Mendwell would be great for healing like minor scrapes and scratches. It would be great oil for that. All right, Infect Away. Infect Away is the same thing. It would help with scrapes and scratches, and it helps to clean wounds and soothe any kind of irritation. I know my friend Stephanie, her little puppy used to be allergic to fleas, and when she would get flea bites, she would scratch. So Infect Away would be a great oil for that. And it kind of makes me think of purification, how purification will just purify the skin if there was a bug bite. Puriclean. I think that's how you say it. Okay, this one helps to cleanse minor scrapes and scratches. This is kind of like your purification as well, or even kind of like tea tree. It's going to help clean up any kind of irritation that might have been caused by any of those scrapes and scratches. Paragize. Oh, if you think of para, you kind of think of like parasite, but this is going to be helpful for any kind of tummy troubles. Just like you would use like Digest for yourself, this is already heavily diluted for your animal and safe to use right out of the bottle. Okay, the animal sense ointment. And let me just tell you, this is an amazing ointment to even apply on people. This is a great one if you need, like for instance, Tabitha, when she had that little raw spot on her ear and we were applying the diluted lavender, it was already diluted. This would be great to put on that little spot and to just help bring comfort to that area. It's going to hydrate the skin as a salve. Okay, also Young Living has an animal sense shampoo, which is great. So if you have an inside dog or even an outside dog, but an inside dog that you wash pretty often, you don't want to be exposing them to all of those toxic chemicals that come in store-bought shampoos. So get them the animal scent shampoo, and it's not going to have the nasty parabens, fragrances, all of that stuff that's not good for animals. All right, so we went through all of this amazing information, and y'all, this is just a concise and condensed class. We could go in all different areas talking about all the different animals, but we're just going to give you an overview and just help spark some curiosity, and hopefully you'll go out and do your own research. So how do you get started with oils if you want to start using them? Well, the first thing you need to get, especially if you're going to use Young Living oils, is a starter kit or a starter bundle. If you would like to start with the premium starter kit, which is what I start with, and everyone that I help coach and teach essential oils to, they all get started with the premium starter kit. You can actually use these oils in this kit on your animal with a little bit of guidance and research. It comes with 12 essential oils and a diffuser, a couple of sample packs of Ninja Red and Thieves Cleaner. Actually, Thieves hand sanitizer now. All right, now if you don't want to go with the big bundle and you just love your animal and you want all of those oils that are the animal sense oils, I have a second option for you. You can get started with the basic starter bundle, which is $35, and it comes with a stress away oil and 2 sample packs of Ninja Red, a couple of samples of hand sanitizer, and some Thieves Mints. And then you can add on all of those animal essential oils, whichever ones that you feel like you need right away. Okay, well, I hope that you enjoyed this class. And we're going to wrap it up. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments if you are on Facebook. And if you want to get started with essential oils, make sure you reach out to the person who invited you to this call or shared this class with you, tagged you, however you got this information. Make sure you reach out to somebody so you can get started. And if you have any questions about how to use oils for your animals, reach out to somebody on this class or that shared this class with you, and we'll help you and guide you in the right direction. All right, girls and guys. Oh, that was a mouthful. All right, do y'all have any questions? I know that was a very quick. I don't know if y'all can, I don't know how to let y'all unmute. I think y'all are able to unmute yourselves. If you're not, does anybody have any specific questions or any testimonies that you want to share with us about how you may have used oils for your animals? If you cannot comment, please let me know. Yes, you can get a copy of the PowerPoint. All right, I'm going to assume that that was a wrap for that class.